Hi, welcome to Polyphonic Press. I'm Jeremy Boyd, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new album by Panda Bear, entitled Panda Bear Meets the Grim Reaper. Here we go. Panda Bear is the pseudonym for Noah Lennox, who is a multi-instrumentalist for the band Animal Collective. He's also had a very prolific solo career, and this is actually his 5th studio album, and it's called Panda Bear Meets the Grim Reaper. This album starts off with the song Sequential Circuits. It's not really a song proper, it's more of an intro piece, and it's got all these ethereal sounds going on, and it's very psychedelic, and there's all these weird noises and things. The vocals have this monk-like chant to them, and they're sort of washed out in reverb that make them sound very far away. And it's hard to kind of tell what the lyrics are, but it's kind of cool at the same time. And I found this kind of opened up the album in a way that sort of gives you a glimpse into what you're going to expect on the album. And although it's cool to start with, it gets a little tired as the album progresses. But I think it does set up the album, and it tells you what you're going to expect. The first single from the album, Mr. Noah, continues in the psychedelic edge, although there's a hip-hop beat that's added, and it kind of has this African tribal thing going on with it as well at the same time. And I think this song works well as a single, and definitely one of the stronger songs on the album. But one of the problems I had is the vocals are buried very far down in the mix, and there's, again, all these effects and a lot of reverb on the vocals, like most of the songs on this album. And, you know, judging from the phrasing of the vocals, it sounds like the song is actually about something, but it's really hard to tell what the song is about and what he's actually saying, because the vocals are so buried and muddied in all these effects that the message of the song gets lost in all of the production. The song Tropic of Cancer is kind of interesting. It starts off with these weird piano horn sounds, and there's this wind sound effect, and it eventually settles into a harp sample, which is actually taken from the Nutcracker Suite. Again, the vocals are washed in huge amounts of reverb, and this song, apparently, according to the Wikipedia page for this album, this song is actually about the death of his father, but you really can't tell because the vocals, again, they're just not there. The song is, again, clearly about something. It's something very personal, but because it's washed in reverb, there's a distance between the listener and the vocal performance, and that, I think, hurts the song more than it helps it. It really takes away from the sentimentality of the song, and I think it's a well-written song, but just the production really takes away from it, and it weakens it, and it hurts it. And I think this song would have been better if it had been a little straighter. I know that he's into experimentation, but I think if the song is strong enough, it serves better if it's more straightforward than a lot of stuff. The song The Lonely Wanderer is actually a pretty strong song, although, again, I'm finding a lot of the songs are just washed in all these unnecessary effects that just hurt the song more than they help. And I hate beating a dead horse like that, but that's really one of the weakest points, one of the weakest elements of this album. I really don't mind reverb when it's used to enhance a performance or create an atmosphere in a recording, but when it gets so overused and you get these huge cave-like sounds, it's really distracting, and it really takes away from the song, I think. The album ends with the song Acid Wash, and I think this is probably my favorite song on the album, and I think the reason it's my favorite song is because a lot of the songs are sort of down and a little depressing, and this song, the way the music flows, it's a little more optimistic. It leaves you with a little bit more hope, and I think I really like that part of the song. I think the music and the chord changes really do help, and you know, even though it has the same production techniques, that kind of goes away when the song calls for it. And I think this is one of the rare cases where the song actually blends well with the overproduction. As I said before, the production on this album is washed in huge amounts of reverb and effects, and the vocals, for the most part, are buried pretty low, and sometimes that can work, sometimes that doesn't. I think when you can get away with a lot of reverb if the vocals are there, but the vocals are muddy, and it sounds like you know, it's hard to tell what the song is about, what the sentimentality of the song is about, what he's actually saying. I'm not saying that the song has to be hit you over the head with a message, but it would be nice to get a sense of what the song, the feeling that the song is trying to convey. And these songs are definitely well written, and I think, you know, the songs themselves are hurt by the overuse of production, and that's really one of the weakest spots of this album. I really didn't care for this album. The production was a huge turnoff for me. There weren't very many strong songs on this album either. I think the more time was spent trying to get these different textures and create these different sounds than there was writing good songs. And I think if more time had been spent on the songwriting than trying to create textures, I think the album would have been a lot stronger. But I really felt I was not moved by the album, and I felt there was a disconnect between me and the songwriter. So for that reason, I'm going to give this album a 3 out of 10. So anyway, that's what I thought about the album. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Be sure to subscribe so you know when I post new videos. And you can check us out on Twitter and Facebook. And help us out on Patreon if you like the show. There's a lot of cool perks there, so definitely check that out. All those links are in the description. Check out some more videos on the right. And that's about it. I'm Jeremy Boyd. Take it easy.